$600 million just to float on water. And this is what it looks like inside. But the price is not even the shocking part. Because what you are about to see is not a yacht. It is a floating empire built for kings. This is the Superyacht Serene, a vessel widely linked in elite ownership circles connected to Saudi royalty, including the highest level of leadership around King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And just imagine this for a second. King Salman stepping onto this yacht, walking through these halls, surrounded by absolute silence and unmatched luxury. That alone sets the tone. But forget the names for a moment, because once you understand what was built here, everything else disappears. This yacht was built by the legendary Italian shipyard Fincantieri, one of the most advanced luxury shipbuilders in the world. And the interior? Designed by Raymond Langton Design, a studio that doesn't design yachts, they design floating palaces. And the interior alone is estimated at $60 million to $100 million in materials, craftsmanship, and finishing. At 133 meters long, this is longer than a football field, but numbers don't explain it. Because when you stand next to it, it looks like a skyscraper that forgot gravity exists. Now, let's go inside. And this is where everything changes. The moment you enter, you feel it immediately. Silence, the expensive kind. Soft golden lighting flows through every corridor. Imported marble floors reflect light like glass. Every surface feels like it was built for royalty. You walk forward, and suddenly you are not inside a yacht anymore. You are inside a floating royal estate. There is a full beach club inside, not outside, inside, designed like a private Mediterranean resort, worth around $10 million in design and execution alone. Then the pools, multiple of them, an indoor spa-style pool and an outdoor infinity deck pool that blends directly into the ocean horizon. Everything feels endless. Now imagine this, King Salman sitting on the upper lounge deck, looking at the ocean in complete silence. No noise, no movement, just control over space and luxury. You move forward and enter the cinema room, a private IMAX-style theater worth around $5 to $8 million. Curved screen, reclining leather seats, full acoustic isolation. Once the door closes, the world disappears. Then the VIP lounges, floor-to-ceiling glass, crystal lighting systems, European furniture worth hundreds of thousands per section. Every lounge area feels like a private palace inside a palace. Now, before we go to the bedrooms, let's talk about something people don't expect. The bar. This yacht doesn't just serve drinks, it serves status in a glass. The bar area is designed like a high-end private club floating on water, polished wood, crystal glassware, ambient lighting that shifts with the ocean. And the drinks? We are not talking normal prices. A single bottle of rare champagne like Dom Perignon P2 or Cristal Rose can cost anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 per bottle on board. Some ultra-rare vintages served here can go far beyond that. Whiskey aged 25 to 30 years? Easily $3,000 to $10,000 per bottle, depending on rarity. Cocktails? Even a simple signature mix can cost hundreds of dollars per glass once you factor in service, exclusivity, and location. Because here, you are not paying for alcohol. You are paying for the experience of drinking it on a $600 million floating palace. Now the bedrooms. And this is where everything resets again. These are not cabins. These are royal suites. Each one worth millions in finishing alone. King-size beds, imported marble bathrooms, walk-in wardrobes, private lounge spaces, lighting systems designed to mimic sunrise over the ocean. And again, imagine King Salman resting in one of these suites, surrounded by silence, floating above the sea, no land in sight. Now, the spa, a full wellness center, massage rooms, steam rooms, sauna suites, beauty treatment areas, a floating $10 to $15 million luxury resort experience. Now let's talk reality, because this is where luxury becomes expensive again. Fuel alone can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars per journey, sometimes close to $400,000 to $600,000 just to operate and move. But maintenance is the real shock. A yacht like this costs around $50 million to $70 million every year just to keep alive. Engine systems, interior preservation, security operations, docking fees, repairs, crew salaries, constant upgrades. And speaking of crew, this is not staff. This is a floating kingdom. Engineers, chefs, security teams, hospitality professionals, hundreds of people working 24/7. So luxury never stops. Now the top deck. A helicopter landing pad sits like a crown. Sun decks stretch across open air. Private lounges face the endless ocean. Outdoor dining areas designed for royal gatherings. You could imagine King Salman arriving by helicopter, stepping onto the deck, and being met with absolute silence and absolute control over the ocean. Now, zoom out, because this is the real picture. This is not a yacht. This is not luxury. This is not wealth. This is a $600 million floating empire, a machine where silence costs millions, where comfort is engineered, and where every second burns money. So when you hear $600 million, don't think price. Think power. Think maintenance. Think royal level engineering. Think lifestyle beyond reality. Because at this level, you are not buying transportation. You are buying a world that moves with you. And that leaves only one question. When even kings can step onto something like this, is it still a yacht? Or is it something the world was never meant to define? Because we're not just talking about a yacht anymore. We're talking about a floating kingdom, a $600 million superyacht. Built for the few who don't just travel the world, they move through it like it belongs to them. And what comes after this is even bigger than the ocean itself. Boom. Now watch how this level of luxury grows from a $600 million superyacht to something even bigger. Because imagine this. After cruising for hours on a floating palace, surrounded by nothing but ocean and silence, you don't dock at a normal city. You don't go to a hotel. You arrive at your own private island. And this is where Saudi royal-level power comes in. Connected to the vision of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, this is Sindalah Island, not owned by one person, but built under Saudi Arabia's elite system to host the most powerful people in the world. Now think about the scale. This island alone costs billions of dollars to build, part of the larger NEOM vision worth over $500 billion. This is not an island. This is a luxury kingdom in the sea. You don't drive here. You arrive by helicopter or superyacht. And the moment you step in, everything feels different, calmer, quieter, controlled. Over 440 luxury rooms, 88 private villas, and high-end residences designed like private mansions. Each villa worth anywhere from $10 million to $50 million. Glass walls, infinity pools, ocean views that never end. And the Marina? Built for over 80 superyachts, meaning billionaires park their yachts here like regular cars. But the real power is not what you see. It's what you don't see. Privacy, control, silence. No crowds, no noise, no access without permission. And to maintain this level of perfection, it costs hundreds of millions of dollars every year. Security, staff, energy, water systems, luxury services. This is not a vacation. This is not a resort. This is power, designed as a destination. So think about it. You leave a $600 million yacht and step into a $1 billion island. At that point, what are you really experiencing? Luxury? Power, or something the world was never meant to define? Now imagine this. If this is how they live on water, and this is what they build on islands, then what do you think their lives look like on land? Because what you've just seen is only the surface. There's something deeper behind all this luxury, something even more exclusive that most people will never see. And trust me, it changes everything. So drop a comment, like, and subscribe. You don't want to miss what's coming next.